Hello and welcome to the Mystery Us program. I'm your host for Mystery Us, Tony Pratt, and my fascinating guest today is Katherine Penkwitz, the author of Handcuffs in the Sand. Welcome to Mystery Us, Kathy.
Thank you for having me. I'm really glad to be here, and I love this whole area of the world. I've had a great time in Tennessee. It's beautiful, and Nashville is a fantastic town.
Right.
I just want to say it's a real surprise to me how beautiful Nashville is.
Now this book, Handcuffs in the Sand, is about an incredible journey that you started. Now when did you just start from the beginning and tell me how the story of what happened.
Well, we were just surfer teenagers on Anna Maria Island.
Right.
And the time is like 1969, 1970. We were all just surfers. It was the hippie era. Woodstock was going to happen, everything. And we just wanted to be cool. It was part of our era. We did not like Richard Nixon. We really didn't want the Vietnam War because it was our age group that was being sent over there.
Yeah.
So we had all the anti-war protests going, and during all this, we all smoked pot in Rebellion. So it started with that. And one of the reasons we wanted to smoke pot was to shock the establishment, for one thing. It was fun. And we bonded our entire generation.
It was not for medical purposes.
No, we all bonded, and I was a nerd. You'll read about that in the book. But I felt like when I started smoking, I got invited to parties finally. You know,
right.
It was like, and you'll read in the book, my friend George felt the same way. He thought, you know, he was a super mathematician, but very serious, kind of shy, very shy. So a lot of times it helped kids that were shy. Drinking did the same thing for a lot of kids. It's something we need to address in this battle to rescue kids. That's
right. You can always have too much of a good thing.
Right. And
if you just sit around and smoke pot all day, you won't accomplish a whole lot.
Not really. No. No, and we couldn't be that. I was an athlete most of my life. From age 3, I started doing gymnastics.
Right.
And I did not smoke pot at all when I was at the University of Florida, nor drink or anything, because I was one of the Gators on the gymnastics team, and you work out 5 hours a day, and I really don't think that goes with partying.
Right, no.
So that's where that was. And then later on, you'll read in the book what happens, I realized I wanted to make a lot of money, and I guess greed came in.
Yeah. Really
seriously. And some of the old associates and all, we all teamed up together and we started bringing in huge loads of pot. You'll read about it in the book. But
so you were smuggling pot into Florida?
Yeah, it came from Jamaica, came from Colombia. We started really getting very international as time went on, and the loads got bigger, we had more money. You'll read later we had bank accounts in the Cayman Islands, we had boats and planes. It just really got very dramatic.
Right. And then it progressed from pot to other things?
Cocaine. Cocaine comes in
Was
the
that
70s.
In the 80s? Or?
Yeah, that got more serious in the 80s.
Okay.
And I don't know, we all didn't really think we were bad guys. We were just a bunch of kids having fun at first. And then things happen, you'll see.
And then you ended up in federal prison facing 40 years.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay. Well, that will wake anybody up. So, I don't know. I was totally shocked when I did get dragged in, and I hear it in court. You will be facing 40 years to life. My co-defendant is just going to get life. And then we have a $6 million fine. And you sit there and hear that, and you just think, my God, was I really that bad? I mean, how bad was I? And you can't believe it, but you asked for it. They told you these are the rules, and I have to admit, you asked for it, this government will give it to you.
But what actual evidence did they have against you? What happened?
Okay, we never made a sale. We never were caught. They just knew about us. I heard a rumor that it is possible that this one sheriff from Pinellas who disliked Vinnie Carone, my co-defendant, that he alerted people and told them where we were living, and well, they just had to watch us a while, and then they could never infiltrate. As you will read, our motto in Handcuffs in the Sand, and when we were young, one of our mottos was no new friends. So
Right.
no new friends, they could not infiltrate. So they finally, you'll read about it, they infiltrated by grabbing our garbage, and then you'll see what happens from there. But they never talked to us, never heard us on a phone. It's quite a case.
But the only thing they really found was something under your bed, right? That's
When they finally had the search warrants,
right.
which really, I argued, should never have been granted.
Right.
But you'll have to read. This just shows you, if they want you,
But
they
they
will
didn't
cheat.
find you with a lot of drugs, really. I
Nothing.
mean, it was what, like one key?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
less than a key, but it was, now that's quite a bit for a personal stash.
Yeah.
I mean, at that time, it was between $50,000 and $60,000 a key. And
Right.
that was nothing. I mean, this was still in the wrapper from the plane, so, you know.
Wow.
It didn't look good. And we did our best to try and tell them we didn't know about it. Oh, you know, it's under the bed, you know, and that is a problem.
So what was it like in federal prison?
Okay, I think you have to have a mindset, because it's not where you are, it's where your mind is. So it's, the big shock was for me, the county jail, which you will read a lot about. That was the first.
That was
tough-
worse than federal prison.
Yes,
obviously,
absolutely. Yeah, I was with people I just had never met before. A lot of
Yeah.
them hadn't finished high school. A lot of them were crack whores. And I'm this person that, okay, I don't want to be sounding snobbish, but I just did cocaine with my doctor and lawyer friends.
Right.
I did not meet these people.
Yeah.
And then I realized this is who they are. Oh my goodness. So it was like,
That's the end user out there.
yeah, and when I heard 40 years to life, I started thinking about God a lot, and I would like to find the person that doesn't. I
Sure.
mean, you look up and you go, hey, are you up there? If you are, now's the time. Help me,
help.
help me, help. And he did. So you'll have to read the book to see, but I am positive he did help me, and you'll see why. Because federal, you know, that saying, make a federal case out of it.
Right.
Guess where it comes from? It is such a serious situation.
Yeah.
My lawyers explained to me, it doesn't matter how much money you have and who you are. If you're under a federal indictment, 99% of the cases, they win them. And I said, well, that's something. You know, when I first heard that, I go, what do you mean? He goes, you're not going to win. But you'll see what I did
And I'm sure
and why I'm
everybody's
sitting here.
most pressing question that they're interested in is, how in the world did you get out of it? Because, I mean, did you ever admit guilt? Did
No.
you ever?
Well,
That's the key right there.
okay, I had to admit, to get a plea deal, you have to say you're guilty.
Right,
This is a
right.
big trap. However, they expected me to talk against my co-defendant and to talk against the Colombians, which is not a good idea.
No.
No, if you like your family. So anyway, I wasn't going to talk, but I got this plea deal, and they thought I was going to talk, and you're going to have to read the book about what I figured out, because I figured something out, and I had to get the plea deal anyway, and they had to give it to me,
Right.
and I didn't testify.
But the bottom line was they really didn't have witnesses against you that
Not-
were ready to come forward and
No.
testify.
No, and
Right.
and the judge complained about that. He could not believe it, but you'll see. And I think that.
So how long were you incarcerated?
5 years total.
5 years. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Or it
long
could be
enough.
3 more months of that too. The
Yeah.
county, they counted my time in the county jail towards the time.
Right.
But the
How
5
long were you
years,
in county jail?
almost a year,
A year.
and that was terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
The food's terrible. The people are just in an uproar. Sometimes.
So is federal prison really a cakewalk? Like,
No,
Club
it's never a
Med,
cakewalk.
Club
No,
Fair.
no, there is no such thing. I can clarify that right now, everybody. You still have those neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't care if they have HBO in there or not. Let me explain
you
about
could be
these.
killed, yes.
Yes,
Big
and let me
moment.
explain about these neighbors. We have to have earphones, because if you talk too loudly and they're watching a movie, that could be cause for a major problem, you know?
Mm.
There's things like that that you just
Yeah,
don't
it's a
encounter
real
out here.
thing, yeah.
And there's people that have issues that you just can't believe, you know. But there's also very intelligent, nice people that you know maybe made a mistake, and they're coming home and they're going to be fine. You know, there's quite a few like that really
Yeah.
learn, and maybe they'll even be an asset later because
Sure.
they learned the lesson. And I hope I'm one of those people. That's what
Right.
I'm trying to be.
And your goal with the book, sticking with the book, is that you want it to become a mini-series.
Yes, very much. Now that would be thrilling because this is not just about drugs. This encompasses a lot of forms of entertainment, information. It goes to many countries.
It's just your life story, and you're
Yeah.
you're traveling around and
Yeah.
you're smuggling
You'll get-
drugs on the side, but you're
Yeah, but you'll get to know.
basically leading a normal life.
Yes, I thought I was normal.
Right.
You
right.
think you're normal. But anyway, you find out, well, maybe you are a little different. In any case, this book, if we have a miniseries, the beautiful thing is we get to use a lot of music because you have more
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And to me, I love dance. And I could really dance. Even in Amsterdam, I danced with Benjamin, who was a director of Alvin Ailey later, and we really danced. And I liked martial arts.
I took some jazz, modern jazz
Isn't that
stuff
wonderful?
with Alvin Ailey.
Oh, yes?
Dance troupe in Nashville.
You know how they're very, very coordinated, very wonderful. And that's the kind of dance I like. Real
Yeah.
athletic.
I could do the high kicks and everything, but you know.
No, they do some stuff.
I actually did take modern jazz for like 2.5 years.
It's fantastic.
As a-
So I like that. And I also, after gymnastics, which George, the character in the book, he says to me one day, you can't be flipping around doing gymnastics, especially after 25. I
Yeah.
thought, oh my God, what does everyone do that doesn't do gymnastics or swim like I did? What am I going to do? And so I took up martial arts.
Right.
And it gave me the workout that was tough enough because
Right.
I cannot just do grapevines and some aerobics class. That just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So the martial arts filled the bill, and yoga. And at first I thought yoga was going to be too slow and boring, and then I had to get a little humble, which was a problem of mine. And I realized, no, it is here, and you just breathe the right way, and you do it the right way, you will get the energy and the circulation you need,
Right.
which is,
And you've been a yoga instructor for quite a while.
at least 20 years,
At least
but
20
I've been
years.
doing yoga for, gosh, now it's 44 years.
Yeah.
and it was
I've been doing
George that was
45
responsible.
years,
And I did get the pleasure in Africa of taking a seminar with Ian.
But we both started very young. We were just infants when we.
Yeah, infants. But at Yengar, I had the pleasure of doing yoga with him in
Mhm.
Africa.
Cool.
And he got my ego because he was near 70 then. And I'm a 23-year-old gator gymnast. And I see this guy doing stuff that I couldn't do. And I went, oh my God, I want to be like him when I'm 60, 50, 70, what, you know?
Yeah.
And it's true. There's something about yoga that can keep you younger. It's got to be the circulation, the way it works on your glands.
Mhm.
And I am a manic, which you will read about, but instead of pills, I needed a great family, which I have. I have a husband that's
Right.
my lithium.
Yeah.
My husband helps a lot. And the yoga, the breathing.
So why did you write this book?
Because I want people to know the truth. Okay, first of all, we have a lot we need to do in this country, from fixing our roads to educating everybody to getting this medical situation in order. And we are wasting trillions on the drug war. The Colombians have not been beaten yet, and they never will be. Neither will the cartels in Mexico. What we need to do is think harder about how we're approaching this. I believe in raising the kids. Not that my parents raised me incorrectly, but it was a different era. We can raise kids so they don't want to do drugs in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw a program recently on Channel CBS that some of the cartels, they actually own property in Texas, and they just charge, there's a guy, a middleman that pays them, and then they collect money from the people that want to come to the United States.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
so,
We got to
I
stop
don't know how that
that.
can
The
be
way you get the
stopped.
power away from them is making certain things legal, like the pot.
yeah.
That is why there's 40,000 beheaded young people on the border of Mexico.
Do you think all drugs should be legal or just pot?
No, because certain drugs, heroin, the opioids,
Right.
those things are so physically addictive that I don't care how smart you are. Look at people like Eric Clapton.
People OD
James
for a long
Taylor,
time,
people
yeah.
that are brilliant.
And you can be taking it for years, but then all of a sudden, it's just that one time
yeah,
that you...
it takes your soul.
Yeah.
And it is serious. So...
Yeah, it's better to be on no drugs, I will say.
Really,
Sure.
I took the drug
Mind
program.
is much clearer.
And the lady in California that was really effective, Dr. Wendy Palmer, she also is a horsewoman and has written books herself. Wendy Palmer, you can look her up. She always advocated take life straight, no ice, no mixers. And it's tough, but you know something? I like feeling my old strength. And when I drank, I especially felt weak. I couldn't get up in the morning and do what I needed to do. That's not really me, and I realized that, and I just felt in a grip with alcohol more than anything at one point.
Yeah.
I even battled that when I got out a little bit, because it was fun and relaxing. And then I get sloppy because I'm too thin. I really can't drink a...
Right. Now, they call marijuana a gateway drug, and I think...
Well, it can be.
The fact that they demonized it to us in school, and we thought it was as bad as heroin, you know.
Okay, I have something
and
to
then
say.
when people found out it wasn't so bad, then they said, well, maybe heroin's not so bad.
Okay, you gotta stop this gateway stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, it's better not to be around the people. That's why if you legalize pot, at least see about the gateway drug phenomena. Right. I think they can get a little hysterical with that, because some people will try different drugs and will keep going until they're just a total addict. I think they don't need to be associated all together. Maybe that's why if we legalize it, we can keep our eyes on it a little better, instead of being also in the back, you know, back door or something. I mean, and also about gateway drugs. Let's be honest. Everybody that did heroin also probably tried ice cream. You can say that about anything.
True. What
you have to do is be interested in the youth of this country and see what is the reason they really are trying something like that. Is it an escape? Is there, well, I'll tell you, George in the book said he was shy and he couldn't ask somebody to drink unless he had, to dance unless he had a drink. If he didn't have a drink or two first, he didn't have the courage to ask a girl to dance.
I've got friends like that, I never was a drinker, but... Yeah, I think if you want to do drugs, if you want to get high or get higher, then all you need is better weed.
Yeah.
You know,
but that's something
every state that it's been legalized in, the opioid deaths have went down by at least 50%.
Well, that's something they better think about, because the opioids, I don't know what to say about that. That is so horrible to me. Because it's in them. They take this pill.
Right.
They go to bed, and can you imagine walking into your child's room and there he lies? And
I just recently had surgery at Vanderbilt, and they gave me a opioid pain pill, afterwards, and I'm not used to anything.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I got really sick because I was on an empty stomach, because I obviously hadn't eaten since the day before, and so you're going to just give me this pill with nothing.
Oh, and it's not.
So maybe I should have ate a banana or something.
Yeah.
Just
No, you
pill.
probably would have just because the opioids, some people do become very nauseous and they can't handle it. And I'm glad I'm one of them, because that's one reason I did not like the downers, and I'm glad.
Okay, back to the yoga.
Okay.
Back to the yoga. You're planning to do some yoga seminars in Costa Rica, right?
This will be in conjunction with my niece and her husband. They are highly certified. They've been to India a couple of times. They've learned from me. They've learned since they were young in Australia, India, Thailand, Colorado, and they're totally the maximum certification. So we're going to have seminars maybe in Costa Rica, and I believe that'll be the best spot. We're going to offer a week's seminar and CEUs for teachers that are already certified. Then beginners can learn. We'll have 3 or 4 teachers, and there will be surfing, and you're invited always to teach martial arts if you want.
Right, I may come along with you and do some martial arts certification.
You can learn to defend yourself when you walk out of
self-defense
the
anyway.
yoga
I think
studio.
everyone should at least learn self-defense, because that's what my book, Tongue to the Self-Defense Secret, is about, is that anybody can defend themselves against anybody, even if it's an advanced black belt, even if it's a hockey player, football player, big guy, whatever. Anyone that knows basic self-defense can defend themselves.
Yes, well, that's important,
So, yeah.
especially the way
It's better
everything's
to
going
be
these days.
addicted to martial arts and yoga
Yes.
than drugs.
Yes, and
or
I am.
food. Even you can become addicted
Well,
to food.
I have my things. Well, I love pistachios. You know, I have certain things that's one thing you might not be able to trust me with is a pile of pistachios. Anyway, I do believe that my addictions are swimming, yoga, you know,
Yeah.
like you said.
And exotic birds. You
Oh, I
have-
love birds.
How many birds do you have?
Okay, right now, just my personal pets. I only have 12 parrots right
Only
now.
12. Okay.
Okay.
Only 12 parrots.
But I
All right.
love them. But you
Yeah.
don't want more than you can pay attention to. And everybody gets to come out of their cage. There's different personalities. They go from my giant Bella, a big cockatoo, to like my gray-headed parrots, which are endangered species, and they're smaller. You know, and I have 3 cockatiels. They're my smaller babies. Everybody else is big.
Right.
You know, we have African gray, who's a very bossy animal. Oh yes, and we have right now the caciques. They are from Colombia, the Amazon. They are on eggs right now, and I'm very excited because I love raising baby birds. And right now, Pretty is on 3 eggs, and I think, gosh, we'll see if she hatches them. I tell you, the last 2 years, they've destroyed the eggs. They didn't know what to do with them, and I don't know what's going on. Ornithology is so tough because you can't be a bird. You know, it's
Now,
worse
what
than...
do all these birds eat a similar food, or they're all different?
No, it depends what area of the world they're from. Now, I do believe in certain seeds, but I like pellets that have more protein and stuff for them.
Okay.
And I do give them fruits every morning.
And we'll try to get
Every
some
morning.
pictures of the birds up, or maybe even some of you got some videos.
I have
I
some.
can edit that into the show.
Yeah.
And you have another book,
Oh, yes.
Cross of Isabella.
Now, this is
Now,
some
what's this
people's
about?
favorite. Okay, this one is fiction. Okay, Handcuffs in the Sand is great, 500 pages, non-fiction, every word's true. This came out of my desire. I started it when I was in prison because I was kind of wanting to do something, and I thought, well, I'll just invent these characters and make it really fun. I miss the sea because I was on boats a lot all my life, and so I wanted them to be in the Caribbean. And then this whole story came to me. I was trying not to drink at all, so it's kind of a story about it's better not to drink. These guys go off a bridge, the couple, they were high school sweethearts, and they go off a bridge going to go get more champagne for this party. And they're dressed for Halloween. It's a Halloween party. They're dressed in pirates' outfits. And they go off this bridge, and they don't find the bodies. And they're in a Porsche. They're acting show-off. That's what they get. When they wake up, it is 1602, and they're looking around, and they see mountains, and they get taken in by Black Bart, the famous Black
So
Bart.
it's like sci-fi, it's time travel.
It is.
Yeah.
And so they get taken to Captain McGraw, who explains to them, you've got to race the 8 greatest pirates of all time, and you have to beat them to get the map, and then to get the cross and bring it back to me, or you don't get to go back to 1993. And you're going to get a crew and a brigantine, you know, and you're going to have to race these guys.
Awesome.
And good thing, Alex and Electra knew a lot about boats, but they knew about motorboats and sailboats, but you know, they had to learn a lot to be around these pirates. Wait till you see their, well, these
Very
people-
cool. The books are Handcuffs in the Sand and Cross of Isabella
Yeah,
by Katherine Penkwitz.
yes,
Thank you for being our guest on Mystery Us, Kathy.
yes, thank you. It's very great to be here. I always do this warm-up for all my students, and I'm just going to show you just a little bit of it. Inhale up through the nostrils, and just use your nostrils unless I tell you otherwise. Exhale down. Inhale up and fill the lungs, and go ahead and exhale. Stretch it. And get your circulation going everywhere. Turn your back foot. Inhale, bend the knees. Inhale. This is just to get all your joints going. And stretch on out. And here we're going to elongate. I'm going to go through these slats. But you line up your femur and your spine. Hands down on either side of your foot now. And exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, bend the knee. And exhale, straighten. Bend the knee, bring the forearm up to the thigh. And let's stretch it up and look up. Open up your chest. And I want you to feel your feet. Now you're always teetering a little bit. Some people have a balance problem even with this because they're looking up. Now inhale up. And I want you to sink into the lunge a little deeper. Look at your palm, arch back. Clean your lungs. Take that oxygen in. We're lucky here with lots of trees. Inhale up and let's turn. Palms down again. Open up your chest. You gotta think extension, everybody. Exhale down.
And what is your specific breathing technique?
Okay, I try to fill the lungs. Exhale from the bottom up. You're not gonna breathe here like a little guppy. I want you to fill it from the bottom up. Okay, and you can even breathe and feel your waistline move. Put your hands on either side of your waist and breathe. If you feel that waistline move, you're filling your lungs down here. If you're just filling up here, that's not as good for you.
Right, and you're breathing in through your nose, drawing it all the way down to the bottom.
And then out.
And then out through mouth and nose, or just?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, well, I do it through the nose.
Just through the nose,
Yes.
okay.
Now inhale once again. Stretch out over the thigh. Really elongate. Feel your vertebrae really stretching. Straighten the back leg. Spread your toes. Hands down again. And then inhale. And then let's exhale. Straighten the leg. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten the leg again. Stretch. You gotta get. Inhale up. And stretch out. You want to get your gluteals, your gastrocnemius, all of that stretched out on the back sides. We all sit around too much. Inhale up. We sit in cars. We sit in front of computers. Look at your palm. Arch back, open the chest, breathe. Notice the world. Get out there. Inhale up, and now let's flat back. Right now, look down at the floor, back parallel to the floor. Inhale, clasp your hands and bring those hands up over your head. Feel that? Stretch the shoulders, release. Straight arms under your shoulders. Inhale deeply, and then I want you to exhale and look at your own belly button. Look at that belly button, and this is a cat-cow. Inhale up. And let's exhale. I'm going to shorten the workout a little bit because we're on film here for Tony's show. So let's go ahead and clasp the hands again with your feet only hip width apart. Straighten it. Straighten the legs. Feel it again. Inhale and sit back. Palms together. Look down at the floor. Breathe. Now, as you're breathing here, notice your rib cage might be touching your thighs. I want you to feel that movement of the air in your lungs. Exhale the fingers under the toes, and now, if you can, straighten both legs. Look up. And notice that your spine is kind of engaged in this. You're waking up your nerves. Hang your head. Just exhale, crouch down again. Inhale, straighten the right hand and both legs. Go one more time on the other side. Exhale. Inhale. And now exhale behind the calves. Face on your knees and straighten. Release and sit back. Palms together, open up, and come on up. And that's your basic warm-up. I do that every class, no matter how advanced or how beginner, because it kind of announces to your body, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and sit down, though, and do some other classic stuff like the bound angle. Bring your feet in nice and close. And now that you're sort of warmed up, you should be able to just go into most anything, and it makes it safer. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale. And you stretch from the hip. You're not going down like this. You're out there, extended, and then down. Stay down and walk around a little bit. I will show you a more advanced move here. Maybe I should trick you all. Come on and just do it with me. Hands back. Now I want you to lift your bottoms up and then lift your feet and back. Now I know you may not get your bottoms up. That's okay. I was just teasing you a little. Knees together. Sit up nice and tall. Feel the erector spinae working. Now, when you release your arms, do not crouch down. I want you to stay where you were when you were pulling yourself up tall. Okay? This is one of the easiest back exercises you can do. It engages the erector spinae. So now look straight ahead, hold it up tall. Just breathe. Now if you have a little bit of a back weakness, you can do this simple move every day, 15 to 20 breaths. But we're going to continue on and lean back and go for the boat. We're getting into the core now and breathe. And we do this many more breaths. When you get more advanced, let's straddle the legs and go forward again. And just stay down, everybody. Stay down. Inhale. And I don't want to see bouncing. Just go down and enjoy it. The way stretching works is you break fibers in your legs, in the little muscles, and they heal longer. And they break and they heal longer. It's the same with strengthening. Stretch forward. And even flatten out if you want. Inhale up, and you got to inhale through the little ache. You might have a little ache when you do that. Okay, bring the legs together, and they're going to go. Let's do something else now. I think we need to do a twist, a simple twist. Just up. You can cross your foot, or you can keep it on this side, either way, and you can hold your leg or cross over and twist. And twists are important, very important for digestion, everybody. Inhale, release. Let's do the other side just to do that. I want to do a little mini workout for you anyway. Elbows across if you like, and really twist up tall. Prop yourself up with the back arm and really look back here. Now inhale. Exhale, get the intestines. Best thing for your digestion. Squish them around, everybody. They need massages too. Internal massage. Inhale, release. And now let's just go straight forward. And from the hips again. Everybody from the hips. Now exhale, grab those feet. You can do it or grab the ankles if you have to and stay down. And inhale up, everyone. And that's just some of the basic things that you will encounter in yoga. We, of course, have everything's, the basic Cobra and downward dog. You have seen this. Almost everyone knows these. But this stretches your tummy. After you did a lot of ab work, you inhale up and you stretch that tummy. Tighten the buttocks. Look back. Make your eyes even look back and breathe. And stretch it. Try not to do these things on full stomachs, everyone. I mean, it's pretty obvious it would really interfere. Good, and inhale up, and let's go into the favorite of everyone's, the extended child pose. And this is a good position. Your head's down, blood's going to your brain. Bring your hands down by your sides. Hang your shoulders like a dove. A dove is resting at the church. And just breathe, just having the blood in your head. You can stretch your neck down here too. Put your ear down all the way. Stretch your arms again over your head. Put a little weight and it gently stretches your neck. I don't know about you all, When I have dogs in my bed, it probably affects the way my neck is positioned at night. Turn your toes under, everyone. Let's just go the easy way into the down dog. We're not going to do up dog into down dog. So let's just turn our toes under. Spread your fingers, and I want you to exhale. Look at your feet. Push with your palm. Feel the backs of your legs, all through your gastrocnemius, everything. Your hamstrings, feel those.
So do your dogs sleep in the bed with you and your husband, or?
Yes, we have a king-size waterbed.
So your husband is really a saint, right?
Yes, he loves them too. It's his fault. He bought them in as puppies, and they got bigger. Okay. Exhale, right knee to the nose. You can inhale up and just hang that leg. Push with your hands. Speaking of dogs, this is like a fire hydrant with your knee up and your hip twisted. Come on down. Let's do the other side. Exhale. Inhale up and bend that knee. Push. Inhale, come on down. And I do want you, for the ending of this little short workout, let's walk our hands in and just walk around a little bit, feeling the backs of our legs. And feel that. And just roll on up, everyone. And I just hope that just helped. You don't have to take hours to do yoga. You can even do little sections like what we just did. And then you can do an evening workout that entails other things, you know, and like I said, just get out there and stretch. You're on computers. Take 20 minutes and do just what we just did, and that would help you right there. That's my advice. And it did help me, now that we're talking about everything, it did help me through some tough times. And we can talk about federal prison. We did yoga in prison, and it helped me stay calm and realize I'm not going to be here forever. And it is where my mind was. That's what counts, not where your body is. I learned that. And yoga can help a lot of things. So anyway, we can end this workout with a lotus position, and if you can't do that, just cross your legs and breathe. I like to put one thumb over one nostril, inhale, and then cover the thumb as you exhale on this side. This sends the oxygen to your brain. And let's go to the other side. It helps with clearer thinking, everyone. I should have done this more.
Just don't snort cocaine while you're doing it.
That's right. I was thinking, that is why they snort cocaine, because it goes right to the brain through the nostrils. Okay, everybody, just breathe. Know that you're a wonderful being, that we're here to love this time here and to love all that we're given. And peace to all of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Great.
Thank you so much, Kathy. That was beautiful.
Good.